So to soak off nails, we're going to use some tin foil, nail files. They don't have to be new, just any that you can get hold of. I tend to recommend probably using at least 100 to 180 grit file. And then I've got a soft one for buffing off the scratches afterwards. Some cuticle oil to finish with. You can use coconut oil or even olive oil from your kitchen if you're doing it from home, which you're gonna have to because we're on lockdown. I'm using acetone. This is Trilogy's acetone. You can buy acetone in small bottles off eBay for a couple of quid. I've just popped it into my pump dispenser. Ready? And some cotton wool. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is tear up the foil ready. There we go. So you just need it big enough to fit around your finger, like that. Step 1. Your top coat that is on your nails is acetone proof. It's also waterproof, which is why they stay on for so long. So the first thing we need to do is break through that layer and take off the shine. So take your hard grit and get stuck in. Now gone and the top coat broken, we're now ready for step 2. Now the key to a really good soak off is only using a very small amount of cotton wool. So I tear mine in half and take a really small amount, spread that cotton wool out a little bit. You want it to be quite thin. So the whole idea of this is your carrier. So you don't want it to hold onto the acetone, you want it to release the acetone. So I'm just going to drench that in acetone. The piece needs to be big enough that it completely covers the nail. If the cotton wool is thick, there you go, so it's just on there like that. Then we're going to take kitchen roll and wrap that around kitchen foil, called it kitchen roll. There we go. So it should resemble a chicken drumstick. Okay, so the reason that you need your cotton wool to be nice and thin is that if it's too thick, the cotton wool just holds onto the acetone. It doesn't actually release it into the nail. And you will literally be there forever trying to get your soak off done. So if you're a tech and you've been doing soak offs and your soak offs are taking you way too long, that will be why. Try using less cotton wool. Because believe me, it does work. You should look barbecue ready. Wait 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. So we're just gonna open up carefully that first one. Get your acetone back on hand as well. Now you don't want this to dry because it will evaporate really quick. But that top layer has gone really gungy. So get your hard grit file and file off that first layer of acrylic that's softened. Get as much of that off as you can. Now this might take maybe 3 goes of this, but you can already see how thin that acrylic's already gone. Drench up your cotton wool again. Pop that on, back in your foil, retighten that on, leave that for another 5 minutes. Do the same to all 5. So we keep repeating that process until the acrylic is off. Okay, so you should be left looking a little bit beat up, kind of like this. Okay, it's quite normal for it to be white around the edges. Acetone is alcohol based and it's a dehydrator, which means it's going to strip out all of the oils from your nails and your skin, which is why we're going to put some oil on at the very end, just to try and sort of reintroduce that oil. However, if you're an acrylic client of mine, I very rarely do a soak off. I do a buff down and a fresh set. Soak offs with acetone will leave your natural nails weak, sends them brittle. So bear in mind, you are likely to get a breakage. You are likely to snap them or tear them. So when we're now going to shape them with our file, don't saw your natural nails. This is going to cause little frays and ridges on the very edges of the natural free edge, and that's more likely going to catch. So what you want to do is to shape the nail, use a sweeping motion, coming round from one direction. Try and take that all the way around if you can do, to meet up to the other side. If you have to come down the other side, that's fine. But what we're doing is nice, soft sweeping motions. It's going to hopefully stop any sort of frays appearing on that natural free edge. So I'd take them short-ish, guys, unless you've got naturally strong nails, just because you will find that after a soak off, like I say, you're more chance of breaking them. So the only time really you want to use that saw motion is if you're taking excessive length down on a natural nail. But if you are just final shaping in, you literally just want to do the sweeping motion just to take those frays off the edges. That's not too bad. Hey, just going to say as well, if I turn you into flipping all pros, you need to, don't you be going off doing your own nails now, come back. Okay, next step. Use your buffing block. You can get a 4-way like polish block. You might have seen these in the supermarkets. They're really good, especially for sort of like, I normally, if somebody's completely removing nails and they're not going to have acrylics back on, I'd normally recommend finishing with a polish block, which is what I put the list up for. But this, basically, these really soft sanders, they're going to take off all those really harsh ridged lines that we've basically just buffed into our nails using the hard grit file. So this will just get rid of the scratches. So it is literally just so that they don't look so messy. You don't have to do this, but it is something that I'd recommend. There we go. You can see the difference already. It's just took the sharp lines off. It's fine to have a little bit of remnants left of like the old acrylic on there. That doesn't bother me too much because sometimes it just reinforces what's there. You don't want to go too deep and take too much off either, because you can find that you start scoring into your own natural nails. Finish with a little bit of oil. Again, if you, with us being stuck at home, this is harder to do, so you can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, body butter would be another good one, hand creams. Ta-da! Let me know what you guys, how you got on, and if you found this helpful, we're going to do some more. Bye!